Yes, sir.
7, where they removed 225 tumors in that short amount of time. The body's not designed to even make it through that. To be, every time they operate on you, they kind of play God and bring your heart rate down. And then they operate you, then they revive you. That's playing God like 7 times, and your body's supposed to be like, no. So at that 6th month, I stopped believing in them though in 3 months though. I was still a little paranoid, but I didn't think I was gonna die because I had all those pictures. So people who take pictures, yeah, how do I have all these pictures? I should be prepared for my funeral. And I have a detailed accounting because I knew if what the man says is gonna happen, nobody's gonna believe me. If I walked in here without that video and just told you what I just told you, y'all be looking like this dude is fake. That dude ain't sick, man. Look at this guy. You wouldn't have believed it. Of course. And I somehow knew that. Like, record everything. My daughter recorded everything. That's my photographer. I have over 2,000 pictures over this last 7 years. And in the first year, I was still taking pictures knowing that this man said, you'll be dead in June. So, I guess to answer your question, I never really believed I was going to die. It was hard to hear. But I saw my mama, like, not beat AIDS, but I didn't know she was sick until 6 months before. She told me 6 months before she died. That's how good she was doing. And that's why she wanted to come here, but we never got to talk about that, because she hid it from me. I want to know what herbs she was eating, and what were you doing that had you in the 90s living 10 years. She lived from like 83 to 93. And we all know that they didn't have anything figured out in that time. We can all agree on that. She figured something out, man, that I got her that long. I shouldn't have had her that long. Line to write starter kit, please. And what the starter kit is, it's just a collection of the information that I've gathered this last 7 years of my life. And it's literally, and some other things that my wife added that just help if you have a desire to transition in this lifestyle or even curious about the information. This is where you start. Because if you do try it, it's going to be hard. And your body at about 2 weeks is going to be like...
I want to know who helped you from the streets.
From the streets?
And is that person still alive?
So from the streets, this is what happened from the streets. I actually, and I didn't even get into this, I tried to kill myself when I was 21. Because my mother, when she died, when I hit the streets, I started using drugs, alcohol, for the pain. Like, thinking about her would just drive me crazy, okay? So when we would get to her death date, the day that she died, I'd freak out and get drunk and just try to be numb so I didn't have to listen to the thoughts. And then I'd be fine. And then I would get to our birthday. I was born on my mom's birthday. So that's a blessing, but imagine when she dies and you got your birthday and you spent it with this other person for 16 years and now you by yourself and you feel guilty for being happy on a day. It's just crazy. And I get drunk again and just messed up just to get through 3 days, and then I'll be fine, be perfect. And then in America, we have Mother's Day, where it's a day where I don't know if they have it here. You got Mother's Day? Yes. Okay, on Mother's Day, I would fall apart again. And they were spaced out through the year just enough where I couldn't get like a whole half a year in of positivity. So I'd have 3 months of good, 3 months of bad. And the drugs worked for about 4 or 5 years. And then I woke up in the hospital strapped to a gurney because I had taken all the medicine. And the medicine, I don't even remember it. I just remember waking up in the hospital. And in America, your doctor can take away your rights from you. And we call it power of attorney. So the reason they can do that is because you either came in there fighting, which they said I did because I was strapped to the board, and you tried to hurt yourself. Your doctor can make a judge give him your rights, meaning you can't leave the hospital even if you want to. And so he told me, he said, Mr. Evans, I see something in you. This is the guy you were, because this is where my life changed. It wasn't really like I would have stayed on the street had I not tried to kill myself. You know, it was just, or I would have died. But God made that happen, because it didn't work, because I'm here. And that man was like, listen, I'm not letting you leave this hospital until you participate in some of our counseling sessions, because I believe there's something else in there. All this anger is something else. Okay? You're intelligent, you can speak, you're articulate. There's something else in there. And that man, I don't know what he saw in me, because I was cussing at him, I was being very ignorant. I just wanted to leave, because I was still hurting, because the drugs had wore off and it's still my birthday, and I'm angry. And he kept me in there, and at about 3 weeks, I kind of came around, and I raised my hand and asked my nurse, could you go get my doctor? And he brought my doctor, and I said, I want to go in group. And the tools he gave me, like writing your problems down on a piece of paper, and then burning the piece of paper, and then in that moment, that problem's not there anymore. And it just helped me get out of that mental slump. I had never addressed or grieved my mother's death. And when people die, the pride and acting like it doesn't hurt you, that will kill you. Yes, sir?
But mine is personal. I don't know you're gonna answer.
I'm gonna do the best I can.
Yes. You say you are homeless. You were homeless.
I was homeless.
Yeah. Your mother died.
Yes, sir.
So my question is, do you have the relationship between you, the relationship between your mother and your father? Do you have that relationship between?
So my father, whose name is Anthony. Like my name is Dewan, but it's spelled D-E-J-U-A-N. And when I began speaking, they always introduced me Dijon. So I just killed the Dewan and went with D. But my father's name is Anthony. And, you know, we don't really have a relationship, but I have to honor him for being a part of my creation. But that's about where it stops. He came to my mother's funeral. Instead of saying, hey son, do you have somewhere to live? He told me that it was good to see you, son, because he's a heroin addict. He chose heroin over being a parent. He chose dope over raising me. So no, I was required to love him, but I don't have it. When I needed him, he wasn't there, man. I didn't have to be homeless. I had a father, and he chose heroin over me. So how do we start the mindset? The first thing I want you to do is know how important, and I said this in the beginning, the privilege of waking up this morning is. Now you got to go back to the basics to get this mindset. And when you understand how important and how privileged it was for your eyes to open up another day in the physical form, it makes the meaning of life that much more precious. But you got to stay there. I encourage, if you're really serious about changing, to get what we call an accountability partner. Like whoever's your best friend that's like-minded, not the negative one. Like, I want to change, man, I still want to eat chicken. Don't deal with them. Get somebody who has the same goals, same vision as you. Look, when I slip, I don't care what I say to you, you got to tell me I'm wrong. You got to tell, when you see me slipping outside of the discipline, I need you to speak up, and vice versa. You can't do this by yourself. Okay? I sleep next to my accountability partner. And when I start sliding, because I'm not perfect. And so every day is either, is the cancer coming back? Or how many people can I help? It's the same exact thing. Why don't I think that the cancer is coming back in 20 minutes? I know several cancer patients, their whole life is it today? Is today? And they're living life, but they're worried about what might happen. If you woke up in the morning, you got to understand, that you have a whole 24 hours. You got to tell yourself that. I got 24 hours. If I don't have anything else, I got 24 hours to make a difference in my life or the life of others. See, because when you get consumed in helping others, you can't think about yourself. Okay? And then when you see people plugged into your energy, you hold yourself accountable. Even if I don't feel like getting up and being strong, I know that kid with no legs just sent me an email to say I'll get up every morning and look on your Instagram and look for the new video of the crazy stuff that you did that you shouldn't be able to do. I know that they're watching me. I got people counting on me who are sick. So when you take it and it's not about you anymore and your life is about everybody else, it's hard to slip back into that old behavior. When you know that your mother's going to die if you don't get this diploma, it's hard to be like, Mom, I'm just going to die. But you got to put these benchmarks in your mind. You have to plant them in your mind to remind you, because negative stuff is going to happen every day. My teacher says everybody has a cup. It is your job to empty your cup. The gym is what I empty all my stress out. So I'm ready. Before I came here, I was in that gym for 3 hours. 3 hours before I came to do this. Got up super early because there's nothing that's going to stand in front of my regimen, because I know it's the only way I can come in here and give you 2,000%. Like if I didn't train and just try to do it, I could have did it. It'd have been dry and dull. But I know how to reach past the person's mind and put my hand on your heart. I feel our connection. You guys don't think I'm fake, and I don't think you think I'm fake. Because I've been right where you're sitting at. And the thing is, you're not sick. Well, some people might be sick, and it's just exciting because there's nothing stopping any of you. No drug. There's nothing There's nothing that can stop you but you. It's the bottom line. Nothing. We are self-made, self-sustained. God gives us the guidance, and we just follow and be obedient. Not perfect, but obedient. You try to live upright. Things just attract. So we call that stinking thinking. So when your stinking thinking sets in, or when you're frowning, somebody got you like this, and you know you're walking around like this, and you gotta go walk and see somebody that you shouldn't be looking like this, it's what you do. You go to the corner, you pull your phone out, you take a selfie, and then you look how crazy you look. And then slowly but surely, count to 20, it's going to bring your blood pressure down. And you just stare at it like, wow, I'm walking around looking like that? And this is how you train yourself. It's about unlearning some of the bad behavior and relearning, making room for the new behavior. And you're at the perfect part of your life where literally the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Bottom line.